very much. My name is Sean, and I am at Lynch Toyota in Manchester, Connecticut, and I'd like to present to you Toyota's all-new 2014 Toyota Highlander. This is a brand new design for Toyota. It is a model that we've had since 2001, but this is the third generation, and as you can see, it is sleek, it is sexy, and it is gorgeous looking. Under the hood, we have Toyota's traditional 3.5-liter V6. That's the workhorse. It's in a lot of our vehicles, and we've been using it for a long time. So it's tried and true, and it does have a good reputation. That is paired with our new 6-speed transmission. That extra speed that you have, upgrading from a 5, it's going to give you a little bit better fuel economy. So that's a nice little bonus. It's a little bit bigger car, it's a little bit wider, it's a little bit longer, but yet we've still found a way to get a little bit more fuel mileage out of the vehicle. All right? That vehicle is paired with Toyota's brand new dynamic torque control all-wheel drive system. What that means is that traditionally the old Highlanders were always running in an all-wheel drive. It always had power going to some rear tires, always had power going to some front tires. Now we've changed that up. You can get all your power to the front tires in the good traditional weather, just kind of clean, cruising down the highway. Again, that's less strain on the engine, it's less moving parts, that relates to better fuel economy. When you go into a corner, maybe at a little bit of speed, you get into some slick, maybe there's some sand on the road now that everything's melting, maybe it's icy, maybe it's wet. That power in milliseconds can be transferred to the rear tires up to a 50-50 split. So you can have that traditional all-wheel drive system where you have half the power going to the back, half the power going to the front. The main thing about this vehicle, though, is the technology. Toyota has surpassed themselves. These vehicles have pretty much everything that you can think of and then a little bit more. First of all, heated outside mirrors is now standard on the Toyota Highlander. All right, so even if you're going in with the LE model, that's the entry level, you're still going to have heated mirrors, which is a nice feature here in New England where sometimes you're going to want to be scraping those in the middle of the winter so you can see what's going on behind you. All right, as we move inside the vehicle here, all right, this model here is an XLE. They're all going to come with a touchscreen radio, okay, which is a nice feature. This particular one is the Intune Audio Plus. That means you're with the app suite. That means you're going to get things like Facebook, you can get things like navigation, Pandora, iHeartRadio, OpenTable, and movietickets.com. Feature does pair with your smartphone. It is a free app from Toyota. You have no charge for it. It does just use the data on your phone, so something to keep in mind. Basically, they've gone through this and really made it nice on the inside. Everything is upgraded. Everything is really nice and smooth to the touch. It's got very sleek lines. They've put a shelf in here with a pass-through to keep your wires together. So if you put your phone in there, you have it charging, you have an audio cable set up. It sits on the shelf with a divider. It won't slide away from you. And also, it has a cord storage, so it runs down. Your cords aren't hanging around your cup holders, hanging around your shifter, and anything like that, which is a nice feature there. Okay. If you go upgraded to an limited with the Platinum model, you can get things like a panoramic room roof. This just has a traditional sunroof, but depending on what you want, you can actually get one that extends to about here. Okay. It's really nice and big, so the people even in the back, they're going to be able to get a little bit of light, and that does slide too, and that's like free air conditioning. You open the windows, you open the roof, and it's like being in a convertible without having to worry about any leaks. You'll notice here the new center console is completely redesigned. All right, it folds like a clamshell. The reason for that, instead of the traditional lift up to the top or lift up to the side, is that if you notice when you open it, your passenger or your driver can still have their arm on the armrest. So you can open up that console, and if you're driving, your passenger wants to get in there, you don't have to worry about taking your arm off. You don't have to lift it up, do one of those while you're driving down the road, which is kind of a nice feature there. All right. These new seats are the new redesigned seats. They are the whiplash injury lessening seats. What that means is they are a little bit smaller, all right, and they're a little bit more protective. Also, the headrest doesn't tilt forward like they used to as much because the headrest was your whiplash system. Now the whole seat is able to design it. You get a little bit more comfortable. You don't have that kind of angle to the headrest. Two of the advantages of the seats too is one, Toyota is class leading in interior front legroom. So the driver and the passenger, this is the biggest car. If you're a big guy, if you've got long legs, this is the car to go with. No one out there has as much legroom in the front passengers as Toyota does. Also, with that whiplash injury lessening seat, it's narrower. That also translates to your back passengers having more legroom than they did in the previous generation Highlander. In the back, you have options here with either captain seats or bench seat. On the LE models, it comes with a bench seat. On the limited models, it comes with bucket seats. And the XLE, you do have your choice of which way you want to go. On the XLE and up models, you have things like these built-in sunshades in the windows, all right? So if you've got infants, you've got young children, you've got older people in the back who are sun sensitive, as well as being tinted windows, these shades go up. You don't have to put those suction cup ones on. You don't have to be there. They're built right in for comfort. You also have climate control in the back as well. So when you have the 3 zones with the LE Plus up, 3-zone climate control. As I said, this vehicle is longer. It is 3 inches longer. What that translates into is more storage in the back. The advantage of being more storage in the back, 2 things. One, traditionally, when you have a 3rd row up in a vehicle, that's it. You've got nothing. You may have enough room for a couple grocery bags, and that's it. As you can see here, our 3rd row is still up, and you have space for having a stroller, a few bags, any kind of options. As well as that, because this is a 60-40 split rear seat, you have the ability to fold down one side and leave the other one up. So you can have 1 passenger and have a lot more storage. If you're going on a long trip, maybe there's 4 of you, 5 of you, all right, this still enables you to have this space and space for luggage off to the left or the right, depending on how you want it configured with this. It is a power lift gate, all right, with height control. So if you're a little bit shorter and you can't quite reach that button, you can set through the computer system a level of height that you'd like to be. Also advantageous if you park in the garage and you open it and you maybe have a low-hanging garage, you don't have to worry about smashing up the rear window or getting any scratches or anything like that on the vehicle. All right. For safety, I had mentioned the whiplash injury seats as well, which is one thing, but this vehicle also has 8 airbags, which is also segment leading. No other manufacturer has 8 airbags in this size vehicle. All right. So 8 airbags. You have our Toyota Star safety system. All right, that consists of anti-lock brakes, vehicle stability control, traction control, electronic brake force distribution, brake stop, smart stop technology, and brake assist. All right, so those are all technology features that are built into the car, and they're standard across Toyota's entire grade. All right, so let's see. Nice thing also with the vehicle, as I said, if you look at the lines, very sleek, very nice. Everything kind of flows well together. The reason for the shape, again, is fuel economy. All right, this vehicle gets a combined 24 miles per gallon. That's on the V6 with the all-wheel drive. You can drop down to a 4-cylinder with a front-wheel drive and do get a little bit better fuel economy as well. However, if you want to keep the all-wheel drive system and the power, Toyota does make a hybrid model available. That model gets a combined 28 miles per gallon. So that's another 4 miles per gallon on our hybrid model. The hybrid model is only available in the Limited and the Limited Platinum Edition. All right, sorry. Some of the other features on it are technology you have available, like our blind spot monitoring system on the vehicle. All right, that basically will enable you to have things, any vehicle that's center of the car to about 10 feet off the rear bumper. What you have, this is an option, there's a little light that'll appear in the left and the right outside mirrors. And that way when a vehicle impairs there, that little light is gonna come on orange and it's gonna show you there's a vehicle. If you go to put your turn signal on, it's gonna blink at you to let you know, hey, don't make that move because there is a vehicle out there in that center. On the XLE and up, again, going back to technology, you have a little screen on the center here. The MID screen on your old Highlanders, if you're familiar, used to be in the center up top. It is now directly in between the speedometer and the tachometer. Advantage there is everything is at your fingertips. You can see it right in front of you. You don't have to look to the right, take your eyes down from the road. It's in your row of vision. On the XLE and up with the nav, not only is it there, but you can control the radio from there. You can see what station you're on, go through your presets. It'll show you all your fuel economy standings, where you are, what you're getting for economy, how much you have left to empty, as well as it's going to show your navigation directions on that screen. So if you're going somewhere and you have it punched into your GPS, what's going to show up on there is if you have a left-hand turn at 50 feet, a right-hand turn, 1 mile, let go, what the street name is. And again, it's going to appear on that little screen in front of you, as well as obviously the large navigation screen. All right. So it will give you 2 years of complimentary maintenance with this vehicle. So your first 2 years are covered. That's 2 years or 25,000 miles, whichever does come first. The service interval on the vehicle is every 5,000 miles, but the oil change interval is every 10,000 miles. Toyota uses a synthetic oil. Again, the reason for that is longevity and, again, improved fuel economy, because it doesn't break down, the engine doesn't have to work as hard towards the end of that oil life, and it's going to keep working just as well for you as it does in the beginning. You get a 3-year, 36,000-mile comprehensive warranty on the vehicle. You get a 5-year, 60,000-mile powertrain warranty on the vehicle. If you do go with a hybrid, you do get a 10-year, 150,000-mile warranty in California emission states, which Connecticut is one, that's going to cover your hybrid and all your hybrid components on the vehicle. So if it's something you're a little nervous about there, Toyota stands behind its hybrids. They've been making them for a long time, and they're willing to put the warranty out there so you feel confident with the product as well. So again, this is our new 2014 Highlander, and I hope we can take it for a drive. Thanks very much.